Hi everyone, I am Afolabi Dollars, also known as The Voice. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about the coronavirus vaccines. The coronavirus vaccines. That's what I'm going to be talking about. You know, it's a topic that has generated, several analyses, counter-analysis, conspiracy theories, fake news, and so many discussions across the globe, and some people having different, view about the vaccines, and different views across the globe about the vaccines. And it just reminds me of the different debates and different views and conspiracy theories that was all about the coronavirus itself in 2020. And then 2020 was a very funny year. It's a year of revelation, year of conspiracy theories, year of all kinds of stuff, that happened 2020. I could remember in 2020, my phone was so littered with audios, with videos, with articles, and articles on 5G, on antichrist, on rapture, on coronavirus, on, with other conflicting and contradictory conspiracy theories, and, there's also this science fiction series clip that I watched about a lady being implanted and all with some chip and all that, and people said, oh, that means we are going to be planted. The chip is the microchip is the 666 implantation and all that. I don't know where they get all these kind of things from. It's so funny how ignorant Christians come with all kinds of stuff just because of the pandemic that is going on, in the world, and also it's so funny when I see such things. And people come up with all kinds of stuff. Now today, as a result of the vaccines, Bill Gates is now labeled the antichrist that want to implant us with some microchips, some 666 number of the antichrist. I don't know where people get all these things from. I've been a Christian for over 30 years, and in my 30 years of being in the faith, I've heard all kinds of conspiracy theories about the Antichrist. Many personalities, many people have been labeled the Antichrist over the years, and then, and the thing is, the funniest thing is, even that word antichrist, you cannot even find it in the entire Bible. Anti means opposite. Opposite. So antichrist means the opposite of Christ, which means there was no antichrist until there was a Christ. Just like when you say anti-crime, there is no crime, there is no anti-crime until there is a crime in existence. So an anti is the opposite of what is already in existence. So when you say antichrist, it's because there's a Christ, okay? That's why you have antichrist. So there was no antichrist until Christ came. So after Christ came, then there's antichrist, okay, opposing Christ. All right, good. Then you cannot find the term antichrist in the entire Old Testament because Christ didn't come then, and you cannot even find it in the New Testament except in the book of 1 John. It's in book of the epistles of John that you are going to find the word or the term antichrist. You understand? You will not find it even in the book of Revelation. What you will see in the book of Revelation was the beast. Beast is what is being talked about. You understand? If you want to understand everything about the beast, okay, or this antichrist we keep labeling people as, you need to go, and if you have not followed me on Facebook, you need to go to my Facebook page, Facebook account. That's why I did a 2-month series. And the title of the series is The End Time Fever. I was posting every day for 2 months. The End Time Fever. That's the title of the series. You need to go and read up all my articles on those series. You understand the preterist view about the end time, about the book of Revelation, the futurist view about the book of Revelation, the historist view, and the idealist view. Those are the four major views about the book of Revelation. The preterists believe that everything about the book of Revelation has actually happened and it has been fulfilled. It's a fulfilled prophecy already. That's the preterist view about the book of Revelation. While the futurist view, which is the one that many Christians today fall, is that these are future events that are about to happen, are about to take place. That's the futurist view of the book of Revelation. Then the idealist view of the book of Revelation is that is a metaphorical book. Is a book full of metaphorical or full of allegorical presentation about the war of good against evil that is taking place. That many of these things in the book of Revelation should not be taken literally. They are all metaphorical presentations or allegorical, representations and all that. Then the historicist view is saying that these are from the days of the island of Patmos till the very end of time, that these are sequential happenings that is going to be happening, covenant, fall, judgment, redemption. Covenant, fall, judgment, redemption. That is taking place, that is a sequential occurrence that keep taking place over and over in different times, and formats. That is the historicist view. Now, the thing is, whether preterist, whether futurist, whether idealist or historicist, I don't have business with all those things. I don't have issues. Mine is, I'm standing on the right side, and I want to remain on the right side, regardless of whatever is happening. That's my own. I don't want to kill myself with any theological fabrications or theological concoctions or deductions. Because at the end of the day, what it brings is different confusion to see across the world today. You understand? Okay, I could remember, sometime, in fact, there are so many popes that have been labeled as the Antichrist. Before popes, Alexander the Great has been labeled as the Antichrist. One of the Caesars that was tormenting, I think Caesar Nero was labeled the Antichrist. Okay, and Caesar Nero will even fit into the preterist view of the book of Revelation as the Antichrist or the beast that was being talked about. There are so many popes that have been, labeled, especially because of what is inscribed on the, thing that the Pope puts on his head, the cap that the Pope wears. That is the vicarious filii Dei. Some theologians came up with, calculations, theological calculations, numerical, calculations of the vicarious filii Dei, which now amounts to 666. So many things and all that. Of course, these people die, and of course, the label shifts to another person in existence. So when another pope comes in, the particular pope that's been labeled the Antichrist died and is gone, another pope is now labeled the Antichrist. Before you know it again, another pope comes in. Then they left the regions of pope. It now became, there was a time it was this man that killed about 6 million Jews, during the World War. You understand? He was labeled, Hitler. Adolf Hitler was labeled the beast, the Antichrist. Then Hitler now died in the World War. Then again, it was Saddam Hussein that was labeled the Antichrist. Saddam Hussein died. Then later Osama bin Laden was labeled the Antichrist. I think there was a time Barack Obama was even labeled the Antichrist. Different people has been labeled the Antichrist. Now it's Bill Gates that's been labeled the Antichrist, all because he's trying to provide a solution to the global pandemic. I don't understand where all kinds of things come up from, all kinds of conspiracy theories here and there. Keeps coming up from Christians who have decided not to study the scriptures for themselves and to know it. And they take all metaphorical presentations as literal. And they say, the vaccine, okay, because the Bible says, the mark of the beast is either given on the hands or on the forehead and all that. I don't understand where you get all these things from. Do you even know what the story behind why John the Beloved on the island of Patmos, do you know even why he was writing about the mark of the beast being given on the forehead or on the head, on the hand, the right hand? You don't know the story behind it. You need to go and read my articles on the series I did on the end time fever to understand this. It's coming from the master-slave relationship that existed even in his time. When you are a slave in those times, because slavery was even right from the Bible days, there has been slavery. During the times of John, when he was writing this, slavery was still in existence. You understand? And then, how you know your slave is either they are branded on the forehead or they are branded on their right hand to show master ownership on the slave. And this slave is branded with the name or the number of the mark of the master of the slave, the one that has bought the slave. So this slave is able to go into the marketplace or is able to interact in the market world or anywhere based or on the power or the strength of the brand of the name of its owner. That's the master of the slave, either branded on the forehead or on the hand. That is what came about that. It has nothing to do with whatever you people are calling today as one mark of the beast. Go and listen. Go to my YouTube channel. Go and listen to End Time Fever. It's part 1 to 9. Go and listen to End Time Fever. I did an exposition on the book of Revelation. You need to go and read it. Go there, read my articles online on Facebook. Then go and listen to this. You have a full understanding of this mark of the beast thing you are talking about. You compared with the seal of God also written on the forehead. Now, why are you taking the seal of God in Revelation chapter 7 that is written on the forehead of God's slaves? Why are you taking that to be metaphorical? As in, you don't take that to be literal, but you want to take the mark of the beast to be literal on the forehead. You see, that's the thing. Selective interpretation of scriptures. You need to go and understand this. When you know that the seal of God is not literal on the forehead, it is a metaphorical inscription to show God's ownership on his own slaves or his own servants. That's the same way it's metaphorical with the mark of the beast. It has nothing to do with any microchip being put somewhere. There are so many things that has been labeled also as the mark of the beast over the years. So many things has been labeled. Some said that, some products you buy in the market, you see 666 label on it and all that. All these things are bullshit. They are bull crap. Some say some RFIDs and all that. All kinds of things has been labeled. I could remember when BVN came. So there's what we call xenophobia. Mental xenophobia. Mental xenophobia is an irrational fear against what is new or what is strange or what is unfamiliar. It happens to human beings across the world. When you come across new things coming, different analysis, counter-analysis, different conspiracy theories always come alongside it. Then I could remember when BVN came, some people say, maybe Buhari is the antichrist. That BVN, because it came during his own regime, it came during his own tenure. I said, BVN, they want to use it to monitor us, they want to use it, they have to use your thumbprint, blah, blah, blah. All kinds of things come up. And when you look at this, and these things come from even people that are well educated, and you're like, what is going on? Some are even PhD holders, master's holders, coming up with conspiracy theories, buying them hook, line, and sinker. BVN, no, I'm not going to do BVN. They want to use it to monitor us. They want to use it's the mark of the beast. Some have even called BVN the mark of the beast. That so that they will monitor you, so that you can buy, you can't trade without it, you can't do all those things. And at the end of the day, the funniest thing is that at the end of the day, after all these conspiracy theories, the people will end up still going ahead with it. That's the funny thing about it. It is always, not only in Nigeria, not only with Africans, it is like that across the world. As we talk on now, I'm going to show you so many things that has happened in history that many people kicked against it, but at the end of the day, they will still flow into it. It is mental xenophobia. That's the reason. Mental xenophobia is an irrational fear against what is new or what is strange, against what is not familiar. When you're not familiar with something, when something new or something strange is coming into the atmosphere of the world, people will always resist it. People will always have a very strange opinion about it. It's always like that with human beings. It's always like that. And that's what's also going on about the coronavirus. That's also what's going on about the vaccines. And then you see people, you see all clergymen. That's the funniest thing you see that I saw in 2020. You see clergymen that have clout and leverage, influence over their members, and telling their members, preaching against the 5G network. The phone I use is a 5G phone, and I'm in love with this phone. Some people are even talking about 6G, and why some people are complaining about 5G, that 5G is antichrist. 5G is incorporated, is for the antichrist, is for the beast. I don't know where they get all these things from. The G in the stuff is generation. 5G is not the only thing we have. We've had 4G, we've had 3G, we've had 2G, we have 1G. For instance, the 1G phones, we have all these old Motorola phones, old Sagem and Triumph, all those phones are 1G. Then, the world is evolving. We are in an ever-evolving world. And as the world is evolving, we have technological advancement. There's an evolving in science and technology. And as it's evolving, there is no how things are coming up, things are unfolding. Then we move from 2G to 3G, from 3G to 4G. All those times we were moving from 1G to 4G, there was no link with all these G's I've talked about so far, with the Antichrist or with the mark of the beast. Why 5G? Then 5G came up in 2020, and the next thing is, it's the Antichrist, it's the 5G, it's the beast, the mark of the beast, the world is coming to an end. All these are foolish and stupid conspiracy theories. How come you're not linking 1G to 4G to the Antichrist, and you're now linking 5G to the Antichrist, or the beast, or the mark of the beast? I don't get it. And then the next thing is, the coronavirus. Yes, fine. I'm not saying that maybe there are not of course there's some political side of it. Okay, whatever it is. But then you can't say, the coronavirus is antichrist. I don't know how you're getting that. I don't know how it's even linked with the scriptures. Apart from the fact that the Bible says there will be scourge, there will be diseases and all that. This is not the first time we're having such kind of diseases. As a matter of fact, this is not the first time we're having a global pandemic. In 1912, there was a global pandemic like this magnitude. In 1912, and there was a lockdown as a result. There was a lockdown as a result in 1912. And I'm sure the Christians of those days too in 1912 would have also come up with all those, the world is coming to an end and all that and all those things. And before you know it, 100 years have passed and we are still here. We need to understand this thing. It's not everything that is happening that must be linked to end time, end time, end time. Anything that happens, this first thing you hear is, end time, antichrist, beast, mark of the beast. And any little happening that is coming with some strange stuff, you are linking it with the antichrist. You are linking it with the end time. Must everything be linked with the end time and antichrist? Must everything be linked with that? With the beast? We need to wake up from all these religious conspiracy theories we keep bringing up and down. The world is coming to an end. I could remember when some people were saying the word. Do you know how many videos some people forwarded to me? And there were so many. Let me tell you how conspiracy theories work before I talked about what happened in 1992. Let me tell you how conspiracy theories work. A conspiracy theory is a mixed stories. It's a mixed stories of little facts and assumptions, decorated lies, and cock and bull stories. That is what many conspiracies made up of. It's made up of some half-truth, it's mixed stories of half-truth, decorated lies, assumptions, and cock and bull stories, some cock and bull crap. That is what conspiracy theory is all about. And let me tell you how conspiracy theory works. There's a way it works. See, if I want to bring some conspiracy theory right now, all I need to do, if I want to bring a conspiracy theory against a person or an organization, all I need to do is, for instance, if I want to use 10 points to make my case, okay, if I want to use 10 points to make my case, all I need to do is to present to make sure 3 or 4 of my 10 points is fact. They are facts. About 3 or 4 of my points are fact, verifiable fact that if we go to verify them, maybe some historical or story or something that I bring up, that once you go to verify them, you actually see them as verifiable fact. They are facts that are in existence. Okay, once I'm able to bring about 3 or 4 points that are verifiable facts, the remaining 6 points I want to bring or 7 points I want to bring are all crap, cock and bull stories. They are all crap. I present it. And now the thing is, because of the 3 or 4 points that are presented that are verifiable fact, human beings, the way the brains of the human being works, once they have been able to verify 3 of my points out of the 10 points I'm presenting, once they've been able to verify about 3 of my points or 4 of my points, they've been able to verify it. Trust me, they are going to believe the remaining 6 things I'm presenting, or the remaining 7 points I'm presenting. They are going to believe it because they've been able to verify about the first 3 points I presented. So they'll believe the remaining 6 points without going to verify them. They believe them, and they'll, one thing about conspiracy theories, they travel very fast. They are spread very fast by gullible people that believe in conspiracy theories. They are going to be spread. Before you know it, your phones, through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through Instagram, through every social media angles, you will see it being spread across, and everybody is sharing them. Why? There are some verifiable facts that are about 3, maybe 30% verifiable facts. 70% are unverifiable. They are all assumptions or cock and bull stories. I could remember the videos that littered my phone then. There was this winged creature flying across the Vatican building that was showed, and this was a fiction. This was a well doctored fictional stuff. And you see that, and say, people say, oh, the world is coming to an end. Look at, a winged creature flying across the Vatican, a black winged creature. That shows that the world is coming to an end. And it was all bullshit. You understand? These are things that people will just begin to spread all across, and it spread to thousands, millions of people. And then, the conspiracy theories spread faster than the truth, because people are very lazy to verify, to find out, to make research for themselves, to find out what is true. Do you know how many videos I've received from Christians? And many of the Christians are only afraid. They've spent videos that the world is coming to an end in 9 years' time. I don't know where they get this from. Some said the world is coming. Okay, let me tell you what happened in 1992. I could remember there was a flyer being shared that the world is coming to an end in October 28, 1992. I think it was coming from either Japan or China. I can't remember. It's been many years back now. And many people was afraid. Some people started becoming Christians. Some people started becoming out of fear. Not out of the love for God or the things of God. It's out of fear. Fear of hell. Fear of rapture. Fear of hell. Fear of rapture. Fear of missing some heaven. You understand? Because people believe that they want to go to heaven. And that's the thing. That's the fear. And people started becoming Christians. They started becoming born again. Some even started selling their properties. Many people sold their properties. Some were giving out their properties that said, wow, I'm prepared for the rapture that is coming. The world is coming to an end. I don't want the world to meet me in this state. So I want to be a child of God. I could remember I went into the street. I was telling people back then that no, this is a lie. The world is not coming to any end. Nobody knows the day or the hour. That's what your Bible says. Are you not reading your Bible? As young as I was then, I was going into the street. I said, no, the world is not coming to an end, because the Bible says nobody knows the day or the hour. So if anybody is coming to tell you the world is coming to an end, that's a lie. And that day came. I could remember that day. It passed again, and many people were disappointed. They were disappointed, and they went back to their ways. That's to show you that the reason they became emergency believers, emergency born again Christians, is because of the fear of the rapture, or the fear of going to hell, not because they love God. That's the issue. And this has happened several times. So many theological calculations and speculations across the world. There was even a time they said it's 2002. Some even said 2012. A movie even came out for 2012, that the world will come to an end 2012. Apocalypse coming out 2000. There was even a time we heard it's 2015. That is how funny conspiracy theories can bring out the stupidity in people. Some even said 2018. That it's going to be 3 years from 2015. What have we not heard? Then 2020 came with a global pandemic, and some people were like, yes, this year is it, it's ending. And some people started calculation from 2020 that it's going to end in 2022. Well, 2022 is around the corner. We shall see. You know, the video that was sent to me of recent is that 9 years is calculating the world is going to 9 years, ending in 9 years time. I don't know where they get all these things from. And the funniest thing is that all these people will claim that God is the one revealing it to them. I could remember what I read about the great disappointment in 1843, the great Adventist. They were talking about the second advent of Christ, that Christ was coming in 1843. And it was going all over the world as at that time in 1843. The Adventists, they were all over the place saying that Christ is coming in 1843, that the world is coming to an end because Christ is coming in 1843. And everybody started getting ready the same way they got ready in 1992 that I talked about. You know what happened? 1843 when 1844 came. In 1844, they were all disappointed because Christ didn't come and the world didn't come to an end. They were disappointed, and many people went back to their ways again. It's a popular trend. It's a known trend that repeats itself. It's a known trend, and so it's funny when I read from people, or I watch some video clips, and people come up with all kinds of funny calculations, theological calculations, and the world is ending in 9 years' time. Who says who? Where are you getting this nonsense from? I don't even, before I will respond, when people send me such things, I will respond and try to educate them. But these people they are not ready to listen to you. That's the funniest thing about conspiracy theories. It's so gripping on a subject. It's so gripping on those people that believe them that there is nothing you say to them, they will never believe you. So the thing is, I don't even bother arguing with such people. I would never waste my energy arguing with conspiracy theorists. I'll just leave them and let them hold on to their belief. By themselves, they will see how foolish they've been when those things they said didn't come to pass and it's gone. That's the thing. See, I love God. I serve God. I'm for God and I will always be for God. But I will not, my serving God or loving God or behaving myself will not be as a result of some funny stuff flying across the airwaves. Many of these people are only afraid. That's why they share and believe these things. They are afraid of hell. They are afraid of, rapture. It's so funny. So many misinformed people everywhere. And the funniest thing is that there are so many misinformed charismatic preachers teaching and misleading ignorant audience, declaring their biased assumptions as assertions. It's so funny. Misinformed charismatic teachers everywhere. Do you know how many preachers last year, 2020, was telling their members, no, don't believe in the coronavirus. There is no such thing as coronavirus. This thing was killing people, and it's still killing people across the world. Just because in Africa here it's not really like the other world, you are now telling your church members that there is no such thing as coronavirus. Don't worry, that if you are trying to take precautions, They were even discouraging members from taking precautions against the coronavirus. That means you don't have faith. There is lack of faith. See, let me tell you one thing about religion. Religion will always shut your door to your sense of reasoning. And you know, religion is very funny. Hypocrisy is the primogeniture of religion. Religion gave birth to hypocrisy. Self-contradiction nails a man faster than criticism. When you are saying that taking precautions against the coronavirus is lack of faith on the part of the believer, but the same your house, you have mosquito net all around your windows, you have mosquito nets everywhere, you even fleet your house against mosquitoes, you prevent yourself against mosquitoes because you don't want to have malaria. Why can't your faith or your anointing prevent yourself from the mosquito malaria? So is that not hypocrisy? Are you not contradicting yourself? When the coronavirus, taking precaution against the coronavirus connotes lack of faith, but you are taking precautions against the malaria parasite that will be caused by the mosquitoes. Don't you prevent yourself against mosquito bites? Don't you do all that? You know, I don't know how you people reason. Everything, you must use religion to define everything and to mess up everything. Things that you should use your logical brain to think and do. Must everything be put on the spec of religion? And that is why we are where we are today in Africa. Because we don't think. Because everything must be about religion. What you are supposed to use your brain to do, you must pray about it. Must everything be prayed about? There are some things you don't even need to pray about. You just need to do the right thing. Just take the right precaution. The brain was given to you by God. I've said this over and over again. Go and listen to my video on Think or Sink. I've said this over again. Over the years, there have been technological advancement. There have been technological advancement. And when there are technological advancement like that, it always brings this mental xenophobia that I talked about. Irrational fear against what is new or what is strange or what is not familiar with us. Do you know that in the 1830s, when there was the invention of the lightnings, when lightnings came all across the street, people revolted against it because it was something new. That is how people always revolt against what is new. The same revolt people are taking against the coronavirus vaccines. I won't take it. Don't take it. Don't take it. The same way people revolted and reacted against the lightnings in the 1830s. But today we have lightnings everywhere. People always come around to accept it. It's just a mental xenophobia. That is what is going on even against the vaccines. Some people, you know what is going on? Let me see, there are so many points I'm leaving out because this video is getting too long already. But let me say this. Do you know that some people have forwarded a video to me saying that the vaccine is going to alter your DNA? I've not seen anybody. I've not heard of anybody that the vaccine has altered the DNA till now. Another set of people say, like, you know, I watched a video that was sent to me about 5 different scientists or medical practitioners from different places, maybe Germany, USA, and some other places, saying, do not take the vaccine. Do not take the vaccine. And they were giving side effects of the vaccines. And I laughed. Let me tell you something. If you are like somebody like me, I don't take drugs. Normally, I don't take drugs. If I take any drug, it's multivitamins that I take. Maybe because I don't fall sick. I've not fallen sick in about 25 years. Okay? But if I'm buying drugs, probably I'm buying it for somebody, maybe for my child or for my mom or somebody. And what I do first is I read the pharmacopoeia. That's the leaflet, the instruction. I read it. Okay? I read the side effects. See, many of you, if you read the pharmacopoeia of any drug, it always have the effects, the side effect. There's no drug that doesn't have side effects. When you read the side effects of any drug, most of the drugs you take today, if you are the type that you don't just go and take the drugs, you go and read the side effect, you take that leaflet, the pharmacopoeia, you take the leaflet and read. By the time you read the side effect of the drug, you won't want to take the drug. Many of the side effects that are even stated don't at the end of the day, on the long run, they are not even side effects. They don't eventually affect you. But there are possible side effects that will be put there by pharmacologists. Pharmacologically, they have to put all those things there. They will put the side effect and all that. They will put it there. It doesn't mean that you cannot take that drug. It doesn't mean that the drug will affect your life or will kill you. There is no drug that doesn't have a side effect. There is no vaccine that doesn't have a side effect. Do you know how many drugs you take on a daily basis that have their own side effects? That if you go and read the side effect, you will not even want to attempt taking those drugs. But you take those drugs because you don't read the leaflet to see the side effects. But at the end of the day, because it is a pharmacological law, that you have to put the side effect of drugs, among other things, the instructions of the drugs, the dosage, everything is there on the pharmacopoeia. When you read them, by the time you read the side effect, you won't even want to take the drug. But the side effect has to be put there. And by the time you count, out of 10 people, maybe only 2 people will have those side effects. Out of 10. Across the world, it's like that. Maybe 3 people out of 10, maybe 4 out of 10, or 2 out of 10 people will have this side effect. It's not applicable to everybody that takes the drug. That's the same thing with the vaccines. Do you know how many people have taken the vaccines and there are no side effects? Some have taken the vaccines now for over a month, 2 months, no side effects. So I don't know why people keep coming up with all kinds of conspiracy theories. The grotesque one is the linking it with the antichrist and the beast. I don't know where you get all these things from. I don't know where you get all these things from. Linking it, you keep linking, and everything that happens, you must link with the antichrist and the mark of the beast. Everything is 666 in your ear. Some people came up with some funny stuff and they were saying barcode, and there's some barcode of Microsoft amounting to 666. What is all this? Where do you get all these things from? I could remember way back in the 90s, some people say, oh, you don't use, they even listed it, some products. Don't take this product, don't buy this product anymore. It's a product of 666. Where are you getting all these lies from? These are all conspiracy theories. These are all conspiracy theories. And now let me give you a shocker. Many of these people that have spoken against the coronavirus vaccines, many of them are now taking the vaccines, in case you don't know. And they've told you not to take it, but they are taking it now. You see how funny conspiracy theories can be? And the funny thing is that it's just the mental xenophobia that I talked about. Irrational fear against what is new or what is strange. People always react against what is new when it's coming. After some time, they get used to it. Oh, you've not heard of the computer phobia in the 80s. How people also reacted to computers way back in the 80s when they came. But now everybody's used to computers. Do you know how many people reacted against social media when it came? Do you know how many people reacted against Facebook? That is antichrist. Many clergymen reacted against it. Many of those clergymen are now on Facebook. They are now on social media. Whereas then they discourage many people, don't go on social media. It's antichrist, it's of the devil, it's of the beast. That's how they do. They're always reacting against what is new. It's called mental xenophobia. Reaction, irrational fear against what is new or what is strange, what is not familiar. That's the thing that is going on again also about the vaccine. Many of them that are discouraging you against the 5G will use the 5G network. Probably many of them are even using the 5G network. Well, I have a 5G phone. Many of them are using it now, and they've discouraged you. You have even prayed and fasted against it. Do you know, I was laughing last year, 2020, when a particular clergyman told his members, all of them started praying and fasting. Because of what? Because of 5G? You can imagine how stupid religion can make you to be. We are talking about technological advancement here. And you are praying and fasting against technological advancement. See how religion can make people look stupid. Graduate, master's holder, PhD holders, professors can become so stupid because of religion. They suspend their brains and take whatever their pastor tells them, hook, line, and sinker. There are some people today, they are no more my friends today because I spoke against their clergymen on the 5G issue. Do I care? Do I care? But right now, you know, the funniest thing is that by the time they are now open to the truth, they just act as if nothing happened and they flow again with it. You see how funny they are? Hypocrisy everywhere. There's a particular Nigerian minister, a particular Nigerian politician that spoke against the coronavirus vaccine. Now he has taken the vaccine. He said that he's of the devil, is antichrist, he's of the beast, is the mark, Bill Gates is the antichrist. You know, all these lies and conspiracy theories everywhere. The one I'm even hearing that they want to reduce the population of the black race. I don't know where this is coming from. Many of the things that the African use is from the Western world. Many of the food you import, many of the things, those ones are even the easiest way to clear the black race. Imported foods, imported clothes, imported phones, imported everything. 90% or more of what we use in Africa is imported from the Western world. It's from the Western world. So if they're going to wipe out some percentage of the entire black race, it should be through those imported stuff we are using. It will be easier for them to do so. With ease. They don't need the coronavirus vaccines to do that. I don't know why you keep coming up with all kinds of conspiracy theories. They are trying to wipe out the black race. And they've not been able to wipe out the black race since. Through all those things we are importing. Do they even need it? See, a lot of biological weapons, chemical weapons today, that to wipe out an entire state or entire nation is easy. Very easy to do. You don't need to now make fields about vaccines and all those things to do that. All you need to do is a spy. We just walk into a place or use drone, and before you know it, everyone is wiped off. Many of you that are spreading the conspiracy theories and all this religious bullshit about the vaccines, you people are still going to take, you're only being xenophobic. Yes, you're only being xenophobic. You are still going to take the vaccines because many of you are going to travel out of the country to many places, and it's part of the criterion. It's part of the criteria, rather. It's a criterion. You have to be vaccinated, and many countries are being vaccinated today. And so many people that have, spoken against the vaccines and all that as belonging to the Antichrist or pushing some Antichrist agenda stuff, they are going to end up still taking it. It's like that. It has been like that right from time in human history. Go and read history. It's always like that. People always react to what is new, what they are not familiar with. They always have this reaction against it. But at the end of the day, everybody will still accept it. And that is the same thing with the vaccine. That many people are speaking against. Many people are going to be vaccinated. Me too, I'm going to be vaccinated. Everybody, you are going to be vaccinated. You are still going to accept it, whether you like it or not. You understand? It's only religion that is making you act stupid against the vaccine. It has nothing to do with the beast. It has nothing to do with the Antichrist. It has nothing to do with any population reduction and any other conspiracy theories that you have created around the vaccine. So, in a nutshell, take the vaccine. It's not different from any other vaccine that has been in existence, like the polio vaccine and any other vaccine that you see in existence. Okay? Thank you very much for listening. God bless you.